Hey, what's going on, guys? Your old pal CHH here. Today we've got a 4K UHD review. This is new from Scream Factory, the 4K release of Carrie. Now, I went and got the Steelbook because I gotta be honest, I'm just really a fan of what they're doing right now with their Steelbooks. I think that they're stepping it up. I think they're making them a lot more enticing and visually cool, and quite frankly, just they're cooler than the regular releases for most of the time. Just for reference, like here's like an old one that they did, the initial run. Like here's Piranha, and that's kind of cool. But like one of the things that they were doing that I couldn't stand was just this boring font on the front. It's like now they're finally giving us like something cool, like the original kind of movie logo style on the front, which I think is just a nice touch. Is this the best one that they've done? No, but I think by comparison, this is still, you know, nice, and it's in the ballpark for really cool. And then the back shows the prom scene, which I think looks really good. It also comes with, you know, of course, our 3 discs. You got your movie, your Blu-ray with the new 4K 2022 scan, and then your special features disc. But a few words about Carrie. I will say, like, I hadn't watched this movie. I've seen this movie a number of times over the years. It's always spread out. And when I think of Stephen King, this is never the one I think of. And what's interesting is going back and watching this again, I'm always like, oh my god, like, holy crap, no, this was like the real deal. And I always forget how tense it is between Carrie and her mom. I can't stand her mom, and I think that's the point. Obviously, it's funny because I was telling some of my friends in real life, I was like, I'm getting ready to watch Carrie, whatever. Oh, and one of them said, I hate that movie. I was like, why do you hate Carrie? He goes, that mom, she was such a, like, I hated her. And I'm thinking to myself, well, of course! That's the point! You're not supposed to like her! So the movie did its job. She gave a great performance. But one of the things I want to say about Carrie 2 that I think is so great, and I'd like to know your thoughts, guys' thoughts on this. What I think works so well about this movie is putting Carrie in an environment where it's clear that not everybody is just a POS, like some movies do when you've got your characters like this that are just living in just pure agony. This movie, like the PE teacher, really gives some levity to the film, where Carrie has her, you know, she's an outcast, and she's certainly not beloved by everybody. She gets picked on. What I love about this movie is the PE teacher acts as like a mother figure to her, and wants her to do good, and wants her to understand what's going on with her body and things like that. And the scenes with her and Nancy Allen, which were just so great. I love Nancy Allen in this movie. I don't know how else to say it. But I forget how good the cast is in Carrie. John Travolta, Nancy Allen. You've also got my boy from House. His name's slipping me, but Roger Cobb from House. And he's got the most amazing, luscious, long blonde hair in this. But I loved it. So, yeah, in terms of this, I mean, I forget. This is also a De Palma film. This really is a great movie. It really is. I space my watches out far enough to where I kind of forget how good this is. But yeah, this is a great movie. I'd give Carrie a solid 9 out of 10. So in terms of this 4K, I was pretty happy with it. So one of the things I've noticed, and this is like a thing with 4K people, and I'm not saying this is the right way to be about it or how to deal with it, but I'm just telling you how I operate. I tweaked my TV a little bit to fine-tune my picture. It took me about 3 or 4 minutes to set it up. Sometimes right out of the gate, my 4Ks look exactly how I'd like them to when I think of what a great 4K looks. This one certainly, everything looked really natural, and it looked like a 4K. No filters, just natural film grain in the image, which is great. But I felt like I needed to boost my colors a little bit, so I brought up the sharpness a little bit and boosted my colors, and then I was like, oh wow, here we go. Then I was really happy. But the thing is, I really get it. When you buy a 4K player, you got these TVs, you don't want to have to touch all that. I'm not discrediting that whatsoever. I'm just telling you what I did. It took me a couple minutes just to tweak a few things on my settings to get the preferred look that I was going for. And I was really happy. I'm not saying I did anything drastic, just little stuff. But it seemed like it emphasized the image a little bit and brought out some more details for me. And then I was really happy. But then again, you may have a different brand TV than me. You may be like, no, this looks perfect to me right from the start. That's something for you to figure out. But with all that being said, this is still the best you could ever see, Carrie. It looks great, extremely natural. No filters, nothing, you know, no DNR, obviously, with a digital noise reduction, which James Cameron loves to do. So I was very happy with that. In terms of the special features, it looks like most of the stuff that you're going to get was on the previous releases, a bunch of interviews, which is fine. I actually didn't plan on grabbing this one, I'll be honest with you, but I finally saw it in the store and I was like, it is nice, let me get it. And you know, it's Carrie, which is it's a Brian De Palma film, so I ended up grabbing it. And I am here to say, if you're even a remote Carrie fan and you want to see this movie the best picture quality possible, I think you're going to be over the moon with this release. I'd give the picture quality a solid 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. The audio was fantastic as well. The special features are still very bountiful. At least they're porting everything over, which they should be doing. And yeah, so Carrie, this is a great release. I'm happy with this, and I hope that they keep it up with their Steelbook releases and keep things fresh and make better new art using the original movie logos, even designing the backs really well. So yeah, guys, the Carrie release, I'm gonna say I'm glad I got it. I really enjoyed watching this, and I'm gonna make sure I not space this out. Maybe I'll watch this in 4 or 5 months again and revisit it. And it's a good movie, really is a good movie, and it's a great 70s flick as well. So there it is, guys. That's my review for the Carrie 4K Steelbook. I say check it out. See you guys next time. Thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who make videos like this possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you very much.